How are you?
Great.
Well, how many people are here for the talk and how many people are here for the food? Food first. That's okay. Rob assured me though that he's here for the talk. At least I got one. All right, welcome to our first Tech Week, LA Tech Week event here at SMPREP. Thank you for being here. I hope you're all here for AI tools for building apps at lightning speed, yes? Okay, because sometimes I get students that are in the wrong classroom or whatever, so. I want to say thank you to SMPREP here, Monsignor Torgerson, who's the head of our parish, opening the spaces here, President Aaron Luby, for president of the school, for making the space available, and we happen to have Mr. Felipe Sanchez, our parish administrator, here in attendance. So thank you for making the parish open for us to be able to do this. So let me just introduce myself. So I am Roland Labana. I am CTO of Altafid, which is a wealth management company. We make a wealth management platform. I'm also the Dean of STEM here at SMPREP. I teach engineering and computer science. And with me today, we have a few of our students. So I have two of our senior staff members here. Vivian, raise your hand. And David, raise your hand. So they're seniors here at SMPREP, and you can see they're involved in a lot of different things. And then we have our associate members. So we have Jonathan in the back. We have Joseph, and we have Alex. So they're sophomores. So they're all on the engineering pathway, taking engineering classes, and doing a great job. They're fantastic students, as you know, from you met them. Okay, so, all right, before we get too much started here, we're going to use computers, not right now, but a little later on in the session. So you don't really need them right now, but the Wi-Fi is up on the board. Hopefully you can read that.
This password doesn't work.
It doesn't work?
It doesn't work.
Yes, it works for me.
Wait, what?
Okay, can you try to figure that out while I'm
I think we can.
I'm sure you guys can figure it out. You're engineering students. It's a test. All right. So quick poll. I wanted to introduce another friend of mine, Ted Brown. So come on up. So Ted and I worked at Snapchat together for a number of years, and Ted was a designer, experienced designer, and he's just going to say a couple of words.
Yeah. Hi everyone. So I'm an engineer. I work in video games. I work in XR, and Roland and I we worked on the Snap glasses together, AR glasses that fit on your face, computer in the world. We found an interesting problem. It's that people were like, "That looks great. What do I do with it?" Right? That's the question. I think with so much technology, like for communication, for travel, and transportation, we get it, right? A computer helps you. It's better than a trackpad. A computer is better than a ledger. But AR glasses and AI just completes synthesis for you. It averages things. How is that useful? How do you use it in your everyday life? As in the past couple of years, it's become much more prevalent. We need to answer this question. But there isn't really a clear answer. Like, what is it actually replacing? It's something different, it's something new, and therefore it's a bit difficult to kind of comprehend how it just plugs into our life. So, first of all, congratulations to all of you for coming out and just being willing to learn and try, because it does take a lot of effort. Second, I just want to say as an engineer, I do use AI almost every day to make small tasks, like an hour, 90 minutes, much shorter. I'll go take 90 minutes down to 2 or 3 minutes. That's great win. But I don't trust AI yet to building an application because I'm an engineer, right? I understand what's going on. I understand how it's working, but what is being built? That's my question. And so I'm here today, and thank you, Roland, for running this, to actually try building applications with AI using Labana, and actually and give it a closer look. So again, just kudos to all of you for having the courage to try this out. And thank you, Roland, for demonstrating it for us, and looking forward to it. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it that you come to this. We did get the typo fixed on the password, so it should work now. Not just it does work. Okay, we have confirmation. Good, thank you. All right, just a quick poll. What is AI? Just somebody, I don't know, whoever, start it out, raise your hand, whatever. But what do you think AI is?
Artificial intelligence.
Okay, great. Artificial intelligence. What does it mean? What comes to your mind? Yes, yes, sir.
Like a tool that gathers information from multiple different websites and
get the internet for information, then like put that information together to answer a question.
Okay.
Nice.
We're done. You're dismissed. That's it. He summed up the whole class. That's it. See, and those are the kind of students we have. You're in middle school here. Yeah. So, all right, great. Anybody else? Any adults? What do you think of? Like, is it scary? What do you think of when you hear AI? Yes.
Potentially make my job easier.
Okay, potentially make your job easier. Okay, great. All right. Who's used any AI tool? Anything? You know, you probably all heard of ChatGPT. Okay, so great. Somebody just shout out some examples. Like, what do you use it for?
Text revision,
Text, like editing or
project planning.
project planning. Okay.
Image generation.
Image generation.
Research.
Research. Okay, all these different things, right? Okay. Has anybody here built an app? Like actually made an application? You have.
Yeah.
Okay. You have. What? If you don't mind sharing, like we just in one sentence, of what did the app do?
It's a website that tracks the occupancy on First Street Promenade.
Oh. Okay.
What stores are vacant, what's occupied in real time.
Awesome. Great. Okay.
One of the apps I created was Amazon used to have an export CSV.
Yeah.
They got rid of it.
Okay.
So I created an app that would scrape my orders and go to order details, and then created a prompt that would categorize what item it was, who it was for in my family, and then create a database and report off of how, what money was spent where on who and why, and then categorize it.
So I'm going to sit down now, and these two are going to come up and finish the talk. All right. So I guess you two would be the only two possible. Have you used AI to build this?
Yeah,
You have?
I use AI to build the app.
And what tool?
I use Claude.
Claude.
Claude Code.
Perfect. Okay. Good. 50s and 60s, right? So I kind of call this the birth of AI. Anybody know who Alan Turing is? All right, a few people. So he was also a World War II code breaker kind of a guy, but he also asked this question: can machines think? So right in the birth of right around computers, it seems like a reasonable question. Can they think? And he came up with a test, and his test became known as the Turing test. And this is how it works. I'm a human on this side of the table. There's a wall here between, or a screen between me and whatever on the other side. And I don't know if it's a human or a machine. So if you're Catholic and you go to confession, you know what I'm talking about. Right? Okay, so something is on the other side, right? I, as the human, am conversing with whatever on the other side. Pretend we're passing notes back and forth. If I cannot tell that if it's a computer or a human on the other side, then whatever on the other side, if it's a machine, it passes the Turing test. Meaning like, well, it may as well just be a human because I can't, without seeing that it's not a human, I can't tell the difference. So it passes the test, right? It's a famous test. So are we there yet? Have you had conversations with AI, bots and so forth? Right? Are we quite there? I don't know. I mean, everybody could probably answer it differently, right? Maybe we're there, maybe we're not, maybe you think we're there, you know? But there's some conversations I have and I'm like, wow, that sounds just like my wife. No, just kidding. I had a whole conversation one time driving back from a meeting in San Francisco with Grok as I'm driving, designing some ideas. And it was like I'm just sitting right next to my wife having a conversation. So for that one case, I'd probably say, wow, that passed the Turing test. I literally couldn't tell, you know. So that's the early days. Then 80s and 90s, I call this the game winners kind of category or time frame. This is when you started to hear that IBM's Deep Blue actually beat the grandmaster chess player Kasparov, right? The first time ever. They had met before and then the computer couldn't beat him and it finally did, right? And then that was kind of like, okay, computers are now getting over the top. This is also about when natural language understanding started to happen. So before this, you could only talk to computers with like computer code, right? Programming code. Around this time, it was kind of very rudimentarily, but you could start giving it sentences. You could type in, hi, how are you doing? And it would start to understand the semantic, right? The meaning of what you're saying. You might say, good morning, how are you? You might say it a different way. Somebody, the third person might say it slightly different. Hey, what's up? And the computers would start to be able to go, oh, this is a greeting to me, you know? and it's in the morning. And they would start to understand that. Very, very basic. Then, like, AI kind of went on a little hiatus. Like, you didn't hear too much about it, but it just kind of went away. And then in the 2000s and 10s, I call this the social media addictions, right? So we got the death scroll, Netflix, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube. So how does AI fit into this? Anybody know?
The algorithm.
There's an algorithm. What does the algorithm intend to do?
Predict.
No, you said it. It intends to addict you. It intends to keep you on their platform as long as they can. Why do they do this? Yes, let's hear from the student.
But I don't.
Of course you don't use any of these. But why? Why do you think?
So because like when let's say like YouTube. So like you're watching some YouTube videos and they're all about like cat videos.
Okay.
So now the algorithm takes the information and since they're all cat videos, they're going to show you more cat videos.
Yeah, okay.
instead of-
And why do they want to keep you on a long time?
To make us happy?
Nah, make you happy. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. It's because they want to. How do they make their money? They make their money in two ways. A big way through advertising. The longer they keep us on these apps, the more ads they can get you to watch. Every time you watch an ad, they make money, right? So they want to determine. They use AI and machine learning to figure out what keeps you. And I don't mean the generally you all. I literally mean you. What keeps you on their site longer? What keeps you on their site longer? What keeps you on their site longer? And if you log off, why did you log off? What were you doing that might have caused you to not stay on another 5 minutes, another 3 hours to serve you 50 more ads so they make more money? So I call this the addiction phase, right? Call it good or bad, whatever, it doesn't matter. It is what it is. But that's all AI and machine learning doing it. They're learning about you as an individual person. All right, then we have 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025. Why was I going by decades and now I'm by individual years? Exactly, the pace has accelerated like exponentially. It's like crazy. Literally, what I'm talking about tonight and some of the tools, I would not be talking about this 3 months ago, like literally. So it's going very, very quickly. So I talking about my generation, right? What's generative AI? Right? This is the decade or the years of generative AI. Generative AI are things like ChatGPT. You ask it to generate something. You ask it to generate an image, right? You give it a prompt, it generates something back to you, right? That became popular with ChatGPT, right? A couple of years ago. Before that, would anybody have ever thought this was going to happen? I mean, right? It was like a shock, right? Like, well, you can do what? Look at how fast we're moving. Anybody know what agentic AI is? Okay, Ted knows. But that's what I mean. Like 3 months ago, would you have known? Okay.
A year ago?
Okay, but maybe 6 months ago you wouldn't have known, right? This is like literally. I won't go into it now, but it's just keep paying attention. You'll hear agentic AI. It's coming. You'll hear it. That's how fast it's moving. And then we have these self-driving things. This is all kind of an AI thing as well, right? Anybody? Yes.
I feel like it's moving too fast. I don't know if you've heard about it, but this AI bubble, where it's gonna it produces so much that it's gonna start using its own stuff. It's gonna start eating its own poop basically, and eventually it's not gonna work anymore. That's what I.
It remains to be seen. All right. So what's next? So currently, like in 2025, 90% of developers are using AI coding tools to increase productivity by 50%. That's a poll. I can vouch for this. I mean, I'd love to hear what you two have to say too. But in my job, I took it about 4 months ago. The company before I joined had spent 3 years, $4 million developing a platform that didn't work at all. We had to throw it all out. I got a whole new team that was familiar with the latest AI development tools, and we're going to release next in 30 days. So 4 months, and $280,000 instead of 3 years and $4 million for a non-working platform. So I can vouch, this is real. Now, in saying that, There's not without caveats. There's pitfalls, there's all kind of things, but nonetheless, they are definitely helpful tools. I don't know if anybody would agree with me on this. I would say maybe in the next couple of years. So that's developers, coders using AI tools. I wouldn't be surprised this year, next year, if 20% of the apps we all use are developed not by what you call traditional developers, coders. They're developed by regular people, just whatever. They're not engineers. They don't know anything about coding. I don't know. We'll see if my prediction is true. So how does AI work? This is just to kind of give you a background so you can keep this in mind when you're creating prompts, whether it's ChatGPT or any other tools. So here we have just a simple example. I want to know, I have a 1,750 square foot house. How much do you think it would sell for? And by the way, the range is 100,000 to 400,000. So this is not LA market, okay? This is like Midwest. This is where I came from, okay? Or you can just times it by 10. Either way. Okay, what would we do? Anybody have a guess? I don't know. No guess. We don't have a guess. We don't know, right? But what if we could gather a bunch of data to learn, right? So let's get, oops, wrong way. Let's get some data, okay? So now we have data. We're learning, okay? So these are houses, the X's are houses that have actually sold. So you can see like 1,000 square foot house went for 100,000, 1,500 went for, I don't know what that is, 150,000, right? Make sense? So somebody tell me, anybody, what should the house at 1,750 square feet be sold for? What do you think? What would it sell for? And you're getting that from what? Like right about here? You're looking at this line? So that's one guess, right? You might be exactly right. That might be a good way to do it, right? This is what AI does. It creates a best fit line for this data, okay? And by the way, if there's any mathematicians in here, I did not actually do a linear regression. I just hand drew a line. You can argue whether it's right or wrong, okay? Basically, though, it tries to fit the line, the best fit line to this, slope here, right? Find the best slope, okay? And then what it does is it says, I think that's the price. Okay, you literally, not joking, all know the basics of how AI works. This is exactly how it works. This is how ChatGPT works. It predicts the next word that comes by doing this kind of thing. So now you know how it works. Now, it's a little more complex than that. We have one feature, right? Square feet. When you have many, many, many features, the graph doesn't look like this. It looks like this. And you have to use more sophisticated algorithms to try to fit the data to a point on the curve that you're trying to solve for to get to a solution. Not easy, but the basic concept is what was on the previous slide, okay? So what does that tell you? AI is basically guessing. It's just making predictions. That's how it works, right? So it's something to keep in mind. When you ask it a question, you've all gotten things back from ChatGPT that you're like, really? Seems weird. Anybody know what a hallucination is? So why does that happen? I mean, based on what I just said, why does that happen? It's because if it doesn't have actual information that it can correlate and print, it takes a guess. And if it's just guessing, it goes, I think the word school should come next. Okay, right? So what can you do to help that? You can literally tell the ChatGPT, you could say, do not guess, do not hallucinate. Tell me if you don't know the answer from what you've learned. That's not even guaranteed, but it does help. It greatly reduces hallucinations because you're telling it, don't make anything up, right? So anyway, yes, a little louder, please.
And if it guesses randomly every single time, probably a guess. But if it's the same consistently,
got it. So you're basically saying ask it multiple times and see if it won't guess the same thing every time is what you're saying. So if it is different every time, you might say like, maybe it doesn't really know. Yeah, interesting, good. All right. So what we're going to talk about today is a tool. It's called Lovable. Okay, we're not going to use it quite yet. I'm going to do a demo that you can watch and then you can do it on your own. But It's an AI app builder, okay? So it's empowering the what. So you have some idea in your head, maybe you have some need, you want an app, right? It's empowering the what by taking care of the how. It's like, Felipe, you had an idea, you need an app for the Paris. What's the normal thing? You're like, we need this app. Is there one that exists? No. Can we go build it? Who do we hire to do it? Blah, 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 right? Now, you knowing the what, the computer can take care of the how, okay? So you can actually build the app, because the computer takes care of the how, right? And like I said, there's some gotchas, caveats, you'll see that. But it basically is possible because we've trained computers to think how to write code. So you basically can tell it what you want, and the computer will give that to you, okay? And we'll go through an example. So that leads to the what is actually becoming more of a focus than the how, right? So if everybody can now start creating apps, how do you tell them apart? How do you differentiate, right? I don't know. Right? It's like everybody's a photographer now because you have an iPhone. Okay, how do the real photographers differentiate, right? Right? So you got to think more about the what than how to get it implemented, right? Before there was a barrier. Not everybody could create an app, right? So we're going to try out this new tool called Lovable. Okay. I'll give you the website to go to. What's up on the board? Lovable.dev. You don't have to go there right now because I'm going to do a demo first so you can follow along. Then I'm going to let you go crazy on your own. Okay. And it's lovable.dev. Do not go to lovable.com. I did make that mistake. Only once. That's not that bad. All right. So here's what we're going to do. Okay. This literally is the interface to the tool. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to give it a prompt, like similar to ChatGPT. We're going to have it generate something. Okay. That's like the response that ChatGPT will give you. In this case, it's going to be a application. We're going to tweak it by giving it some more prompts, and then we're going to deploy it or publish it, okay? That's like the demo I'm going to do, okay? Your eyebrows are going up, but Mike doesn't think this is possible.
No, my eyes were just dry.
Oh, yeah. What's a prompt? What's a prompt? Instruction? What else? Question? Okay. David?
Catalyst.
Catalyst? Okay. I don't know, I got this from the internet. It's got to be right. I asked ChatGPT, what is a prompt? This is what it told me. A prompt is the input, such as a question or command given to an artificial intelligence model to elicit a specific response. I think that fits what both you said, right? You were right on that. Okay, good. All right, demo in progress. Here's what we're going to do. I was trying to think of a fun demo to do. I thought I had a good demo. I thought it was awesome. And I told it to the students today in class. Who said it was, no. I'll remain nameless. One of the students was like, that seems silly. And I thought, you're right. So we came up with a better, here's the demo we're going to do is we're going to create a sign-in app for this session. Now, can I have you sign on paper? Yeah, I can do that. Are there other programs that already you can sign? Yes, you can do that. I have a Google Sheet. But for demo purposes, I thought, you know what? That's a good idea. So we're going to create an app and here's why. We're going to create an app. You're going to use the app to sign in to this session. Okay? Make sense? All right. Who thinks it can be done pretty quickly and accurately? I mean, I don't know. I'm doing this. I'm not, I didn't rehearse this. We're doing this. We're just going to see what happens. And it may work, it may not, okay? And then after you do this, then you can create your own app, okay? All right. By the way, I'm not affiliated with Lovable at all. I don't have anything to do with it. I'm not as... I take the fifth. No, it's a tool that I came across working at my job at Altafid, and we're literally using this tool in various ways. And when I first came across it like 2 months ago, I was stunned. So I thought this would be a good demonstration. Yes, David.
We also actually tested more than just Lovable. We tried Legal 4, we tried Grok, we tried a bunch of things, and Lovable was the best option.
Okay, so what David is saying is, in our machine learning class, which is one of the classes that I'm teaching here at SMPREP this year, The students are doing a variety of projects, and one of them is to create an app for Felipe to track like maintenance requests for the parish. Okay, and their challenge was they're not allowed to code. They've done many projects in the past coding, and I said now to learn more about AI and what it can do, you have to use AI. You're not allowed to code. That's just the project, the constraints of the project. So Felipe came in and gave like a presentation, and the students tried to elicit from him, what are the requirements? How should this work? And now for the next few weeks, they're actually going to try to use AI to make this app. We're going to see, is it going to be successful? What is the current state of the art? Can it work? You're going to be happy? We don't know. Do the students get an A? I don't know. We don't know yet. But it's going to be a fun project. All right. So I'm going to do this, okay? I'm going to use this prompt.
This screen is off.
Is it, okay, sorry. Thank you. Okay, do you see the screen now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let me come back to the home page of this. Dev, okay? And here's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna give it this prompt. Create an app that attendees can sign into for a Tech Talk session I'm hosting. I'd like to gather their name, their email, and why they signed up for the session. Please store this data so I can access it. Please add a privacy note that the data will not be used in any manner besides a demonstration, and give the user the option to request that their data be deleted. So when you sign in, whatever, I don't care, make the name, your email, it doesn't matter. But I'll delete any data you put in if you want. And I'm not trying to collect your emails for marketing, okay? It's just for demo. All right, so I don't want to retype this, so I'm just gonna come here. Okay, one thing I'm gonna put a caveat. When I started using this tool, if I gave it some prompt, probably in 10 seconds it was done. So many people have found out about this tool that sometimes now it churns for like a minute or two. So we'll see how long it takes, okay? So I'm just gonna put that prompt in. Okay, right? You can see what I did? I just like ChatGPT, right?
Yeah.
Clicked in, right? Let's see what happens. Okay, what it did, it put my prompt here. This is like my ChatGPT window. It's not ChatGPT, but I'm just using that as an analogous. This is like the chat window. It's thinking, it's kind of like doing some things. When it's done, you're gonna see the app that it created appear here, okay? So I'm gonna let it think for a minute. Okay, so you can see some things. So what's it say? I'll create a professional Tech Talk registration app with data storage and privacy controls. Let me set up the back end first, that's a database. Then build a clean, modern interface. Tells me some design approaches. Okay, I have to give it some permissions here, okay? So I just do that. All right, and then it's gonna think some more, okay? Let me go on while that's thinking, and then we'll come back. So, meet Joe. This is our executive chairman at Altafid. He's never written a line of code before in his life, ever, okay? But we were in a meeting, and in 20 minutes, he was able to build, he's a wealth manager in his past life, but he was able to build a wealth management dashboard that he would want in 20 minutes by giving it prompts. He's never written a line of code in his life. Okay? So, just an example. He's a great guy. He's a brilliant guy. Brilliant businessman, can raise capital like nobody else. All right, where are we now? Okay, it's still going. Yeah, see, this is, I think a month ago this would have been done.
What permissions did it ask for?
So it asked for permission to like set up a database. That's what it asked for. So I really hope this works. Yes.
Maybe the dumbest question of the night. So you're building an app.
Yeah.
What's the difference between building an app and building a website that
Gotcha.
does the same functions?
That's a great question. So when I say app, I just mean in general. An app can be hosted on a website, and that's what we're going to have here. It's going to be a website that you go to run the app. Okay? But there's a difference, though. Building a website can be as simple as just a home page that displays information. So when I say app, it's more like something you can actually do and interact with. And in this case, it has a database, just like an app on your phone. So like basically, I'm going to be able to collect your data. And I'm going to show you this so you can understand. This is more than like a website builder for an interface and things like that. You'll see what I mean when we do it. It's actually creating an app which has a whole cloud back end. Okay? So it's actually, the data is all stored on the cloud, and then you can all access the application from wherever you are, on your phone, on your computer, whatever you want. The data is stored. I can log in. I can see what, why you came to the session and why you came and your email, and I can spam you with, marketing material. Not to.
Wow. Roland?
Yes.
Question, I hadn't heard of Roland before.
Yes.
You said you're using it at your company.
Yes.
Can you have full control of the code, meaning can you push to GitHub?
Excellent.
Changes, or would you have to use
No, excellent question.
that forever, or can you
Yeah.
have to set it up and then go and
Right.
use it?
Right, okay. So what he's asking is, because you're a programmer.
I'm actually not a programmer.
Oh, okay. So he's saying like, okay, this is going to create an app, and there's some code that it's going to create the app. But what if you want to maybe change it, or do you own the code? Can you get at the code? Yes, 100%. And I don't want to interrupt this right now, but when it's done, I'll show you. Oh, it's almost done. Okay. When I click here, you'll see it gives you the code. You can edit, like a programmer could edit the code. Okay. It keeps it in sync.
Yep.
Oh, okay, it's done.
Awesome.
All right, so I don't know, did anybody time that? 2, 3 minutes? Less than 5? Good.
2.5 minutes.
Okay, good. All right, now how good of a job did it do? We don't really know yet, right?
It's good.
Okay, so just to answer your question, here's the code it developed, okay? There's all these different files here with all different code. I can actually edit this. If I edit it, those changes are reflected back in the app immediately.
And it knows you made the changes. And
Yeah.
it's not gonna try to-
No. Well, okay, so, okay, we'll get to that, okay?
Okay.
I have a question about editing the code.
Yes.
Is that restricted to different tiers? Lovable has like a free version where you have like a certain amount of credits that you're allowed to use per day, and then it increases with every tier.
It's a description based.
And with my current project, I haven't been able to edit any code at all. I actually, I crashed the application, and because there was an error code with like the JSON component,
Okay.
and I wasn't able to fix it.
Okay. Yeah, so the way this website works is you could subscribe, and based on your level that you subscribe, you get a certain number of credits. Every time you do a prompt, it debits your credits. It's kind of a mystery to me exactly what prompt uses how many credits, but that's how it works. The free tier, you do get a certain number of credits per day. I don't know if it's like 2 or 5. Five credits per day. So you could take the approach free and just work for 20 minutes every day, until you're done with your app. Yes.
The Lovable is the code repository.
Yes, it's hosted on Lovable. Oh, yeah, you had a question. Yes. So yes, you can actually.
Referencing the GitHub.
Yeah, exactly, right. So you can sync this with GitHub, or you can just, yes, it syncs with GitHub. Yes, you can do that. And that's actually part of what we're doing. Yeah.
GitHub's logo is on the top right of the page too.
Yes. Right? GitHub, right? Yes, Valerie. A little louder.
Sorry. I'm gonna ask what language is using for able to copy and paste that language that we're generating from, so we can then free version go input that prompt onto something that uses the same code language, change it.
Yeah, you could do that. So yeah, so you can mix and match this with other tools. You want to take the code and put it into some other tool and have it change it? Sure, you can do that. Yeah. All right. So, can any of you actually use this now? No, this is like on my computer, right? But what if I do this? What if I say
Make a QR code.
publish?
You can change the name to be easy.
Okay, can you all see this, or is that too small? Oh, there. So let's try this.
Can you make a QR code that will scan to that?
You can, sure. Well, you can
Yeah,
probably
I
ask it to, but anyway,
Yeah, yeah.
I don't have a QR code, so you're gonna have to type this in.
Can you say the letters outside?
talk-sign-up-demo.lovable.no-e.f. You know what? I can change this name, I think. Well, you know what? I already published it. I should have changed it before I published it. I could have made it easy. Okay, you got there, right? You're actually at that. So go ahead and do it. Register. I hope it works. David, let me know if it works.
You don't have to go to the address. You don't have to get
Gotcha.
Question. If you
Yes.
have a website, can you ask it to go to that website and make an app out of the website?
Can you go to a website? Can you tell it to go to the website and make an app out of that?
I love it.
I haven't tried specifically that, but what I have done is this: taken screenshots of our platform, just pasted it into Lovable and said, "Can you duplicate this?" And it did a pretty darn good job. That's maybe similar to what you did or not. Did it work? Were you able to? Yeah, go ahead, sign in. We actually want to use this. Did you do it? You did it. So you actually registered. Did it work? All right.
Okay, you did it.
You did it. Can you what?
I said, can I test it?
You can do it. Yeah, do whatever you want.
You should show people.
We're going to, but I want to leave this up so they can first. Got it? Did you register? Sign in. I can't wait to start spamming you. Did you actually register? Oh.
When I was doing the lovable.ev, should I log into my accounts from my phone?
I'll answer that after. Did it? Successful?
Yeah.
Everybody, okay. Can I move on and just show the results? Anybody stuck? Okay. All right. So let's just see what's happening here, okay?
You can also see how many people are on the website. Top left.
Why can't I get out of this window? Okay. All right. So what's happening here? Wait.
Top left. Next to the cloud on the right. Should be. Or you can just click the cloud.
It didn't give me any place to actually see this, right? What is it? Okay, hold on. Okay, so that was a little weird. I should be able to see the names, right? So let me see this. Please make a screen so I can see the people who registered. I don't know why I didn't do that by itself. It seems like it should have thought of that, right? But so now we're in the tweak, right? Like I gave it a prompt, it did something, you could actually use it, but I'm looking at like, wait, how do I see who signed up, right? So I'm just gonna give it another tweak. Please make a screen so I can see people who registered.
I think you already can see people who registered if you click on the cloud.
Oh, but that's in the back end. Oh, okay, I see what you're at. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I wanna make it in the app.
Got it.
So let's just let it do this, okay? So while it's doing that,
Will everyone be able to see that,
so,
or just
yeah,
the?
no, I'm the app maker. I'm in control of it. Okay, what David had a good idea, just to show. It didn't make a screen where I can actually see the signups. Yes. So did you log in?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay. In any case, David had the idea. Well, they're in the database, so let's just go look at the database. Here's all your signups, right?
All the names.
Right. So you can see it's not smoke and mirrors. It's an actual app. And all this is stored securely on the cloud, right? So it's a real thing. But let's see if we can put it on the. Okay, so you're saying if I just log in, do I have to sign up?
Yeah, you have to sign up.
I have to sign up. All right. Great. Oh, sign up. Okay. Okay, so now I can sign in. Ah, okay. Let me hide this thing over here. Okay, all right. I won't leave this up too long in case anybody put anything embarrassing in there. Like I hate this session. All right, but you can see me, right? You can trust. You can see there was nothing in here. Nothing existed before you all went on and used this, right? So
Do you know what database it is?
Supabase.
Yeah. Database is, something
All right, so I want to give enough time for you to. So anyway, you can see how we had to we could just create an app, reprompt it to change some things. Yes.
I just had a quick question.
Yes.
Because I noticed when you put in the field, like, why you're doing this, it was 10 character minimum. So my question is, if you just want to make a small tweak like that, like, take away the character minimum, is
Okay.
that relatively fast? Or does
Yeah,
it,
so
does it rewrite like a ton of stuff? And it takes two more minutes, or is it?
No, it should be pretty fast. Let's actually do it.
Credits again, so it's like include everything in the first prompt.
So now I think because I'm logged in now, I can't get back to that first.
It's okay. I don't want to take up the time with that. I was just curious.
What if you went to the lab?
Okay, maybe this. So let's make a change on this thing, right? Like instead of what else? So maybe instead of like phone number, maybe you want to collect phone number. Would that be like a fair change that you're talking about?
Or like, take away the minimum characters for the YE second.
Where's I don't see them.
It's got an asterisk and it says minimum 10
It's a third
characters.
block
So
there.
say like,
Oh, I see.
just like.
I see.
No minimum.
Okay. In the Y sign up, please remove the 10 character minimum. So let's see. And again, like I said, a month ago, this probably is like that. And now it's who knows. I'll remove the 10 character minimum from the sign up reason field validation. Thinking.
Leaving out any privacy notice.
Well, you asked that, right?
He asked.
You asked for it.
I asked for that just because I didn't want people here thinking this looks,
Yeah. Your counselor gave
Well, I mean-
Okay, did you see what it did? It's done. It's no longer there.
Yeah.
I guess you could. Oh, so I did not republish this, so you would not see this change yet until I hit republish. But if I do this, update, publish, let it finish, and you should be able to now register with just a one character, whatever. There you go. Right, so you can make these tweaks. Now another thing, I can go into edit mode like this. I can say edit, and I can now start clicking on each. See how it's highlighting these things? The different components? So I can now format these individually if I want, instead of having to reprompt it, right? And then it actually just updates the code. So, all right. So now we are done. Go here. We just did that. I'm gonna move along. So your turn. Who has a dream app that they want to work on? And you don't have many credits if you sign up. If you want to go to lovable.dev, you can just get a free account and just start creating something. Students are here to help you. Do whatever you want. Give it some pride. Give it a try. But do you see how it's a very powerful tool? I think like a year ago, if you told me you could have, there's website generators, but if you think I could have a whole application that's hosted on the cloud that I can actually be collecting things. Oh, by the way, let me tell you one more thing. I used this to build a connection into QuickBooks for another company I have. I said, please integrate with the QuickBooks APIs because I want to upload timesheets and invoices. 5 minutes later, I was syncing things between QuickBooks and my app on Lovable. Like, I was blown away.
Hey, Roland.
Absolutely blown away.
Well, you said there were some downsides to this. I was just wondering, like in your company when you would use it, you
Yeah.
said there's some downsides. Like what are they?
So one of the downsides is it generates code, and like I think like the gentleman was saying, what happens if you want to do more precise control or change things? It generated the code, and if there's a bug, you didn't write the code. A little harder to figure out where the bug is, right? Things like that, right? If you already have a platform, maybe this doesn't generate code in the same way you want it. So you keep reprompting it, things like that. I mean, there are some downsides to it like that, but all in all, I mean,
Yeah. So for like commercial use, you probably need some other person to be able to like review it and read it and just make sure everything's accurate and stuff.
go look at the case studies.
Yeah.
There's teenagers who don't know much about coding who are raking in butts because they created an app on this in like half an hour.
Yeah.
You get like information on the subject, and then do like a question and answer.
Yeah, yeah.
So somebody signs in, I have this question, and it'll
Okay.
Are they good coders or bad
Yeah,
coders?
it's
Are
like,
they?
they have to and it generates
What AI would it use? What's its default?
Gemini.
Gemini?
Yeah. Hey, students, circulate around and help anybody who's trying to work on something, okay?
So you have the specs for your product.
Just drag, you just attach all your information in there.
And then it'll read from there.
You know what? I'm adding a chatbot. Just watch. Maybe I should show you a different.
It also detects issues like, oh, we might use there's an app
Is Gemini the default for everything or is it chatbot?
It just runs Lovable's running on Gemini.
You don't go to guides.
This answers your question. This is just another fun thing I was doing. Thank you.
You would start, let's say 80% and then
20%. I don't even remember what it did, but yeah, okay. So basically, like I have some customer database or like materials that you said about products. You can add this chat box into the app you create, and it can answer questions about your data. So, yes.
Now, how does, if you do that, how do you get billed?
Yeah, no, you do. So like, it's usually like either how many calls you're making, how many API calls you're making, and things like that.
Billed through Lovable.
Yeah.
They bill, so if you're not getting a discount.
Right.
Something I want to show is that I just signed on my phone and it's all like completely reoriented. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's good. Why don't you show that? Hey, David wanted to show something.
I just went to the website on my phone and it automatically reorientated everything so that it's just like instead of like being in one place.
So it builds a fully responsive app on the phone. It will totally adapt to phone landscape and
So if you open it up on the phone, it automatically.
automatically.
Yeah, automatically.
Right, so it codes for both.
Yeah. So one other thing, you can actually add an AI chat box into your app. So this is just a play app. None of the data is in here real, so don't. But I created an app just for tracking, like if I was a wealth advisor tracking clients, and I just put fictitious clients in, said put in, you know, and I said add me a chatbot into my app. And then I asked it the question, who has the highest, assets under management? And it came up with some fictitious person. I'm just querying my system. I made an app that has a chatbot for me on my app. Right, so like, if I do that on the app we just made, I could probably say like, how many people are registered for this? And I'll just go like, oh, it looks like you had 18 people. Did anybody have the email of, I don't know, did anybody hate this session? It'll like go like, looks like 2 people weren't too fond of this session. It'll just answer questions on the data that's in that you all put in. Pretty amazing.